so great to be here, and I want to welcome you to the 4th annual Montgomery Female Founders Conference.
I'm very glad to see some men in the room. If men are not part of this, if men don't want the same things, this will never be solved. This has to be normal, and it has to be unisex, and it has to be something that's acceptable and mainstream, not the exception.
Just be very honest and open, because one of the biggest pet peeves for investors is, you know, when you're trying to hide too much or you're trying to present too perfect of a story, like just lay it out. This is what's going well with my business. Here are some areas that I need to work on. I would love your feedback on that.
I want entrepreneurs who are coming to me saying, I'm selling part of my company to you. I am choosing you as much as you are choosing me.
And you're both moving in the same direction.
Exactly.
Strategically.
That relationship, that trust has to be there.
Yeah.
But I really want you guys emboldened, because you really are selling a large portion of your company to me. You better like me, you better trust me, you better know that I am all in and feel that I'm all in through good and bad.
Take your time in it and do it right. And then the feedback that I give sort of a lot of entrepreneurs, but I end up giving it probably more often to women, is like, okay, take a step back and think about your ambition. Take a step back and think about what you really want for your company and where you really want to take it. And what's that ambition? And like really, really reach for it. Mm-hmm. And then realize you are not reaching far enough.
Jumping ahead to lynda.com, where we started to record the lessons and memorialize different teachers and different lesson plans, I realized it was that exact same thing that I was trying to do when I taught in college, to let people look and hear versus read and get hung up on taking notes, that it was just a really different learning process and a very powerful one.
We did not necessarily look for people experienced in their particular field. We did a lot of recruiting of people right out of college, train them up. If you're early stage, start doing that now. And in 3 or 4 years, you'll have a crop of senior managers and directors that have only ever known your product and your culture. And that's incredibly valuable.
Culture is who you hire, it's who you reward and promote, and it's who you fire. And I think from that standpoint, tech companies haven't been engaged on the culture conversation at the level that they need to be.
At other companies, they would have been treated almost like a glorified internship or an entry-level position. I'm throwing them straight in to a real role, giving them full accountability, giving them all the tools they need, and often in 6-9 months, they're now running their own sales team.
We wanted to have a legacy that was attached to the Olympics and do something for our business and for the Olympic athletes. So we decided to focus on women athletes and created an intern program where we hired 9 Olympic athletes in 6 countries around the world as interns to come in and then figure out what could their path at EY be.
That goes for, in sport, you have a lot of ups and downs, and in your lulls, you really have to figure out how you can resolve the situation, whether it's changing how you're practicing, whether it's changing how you think, whether it's changing your coach or your conditioning or whatever the case may be, and really just navigating the situation to find success.
Entrepreneurs are, I think, holding the same characteristics that millennials are looking for in a job and a career. You want that passion. We have the competitive drive. It's looking for learning. I loved on the earlier panel how instead of having a job description about what you do on the day-to-day, it's about what you can achieve and goals that you set. I mean, because as athletes, that's how we function.
And I think that's the thing that women do better, that they do best, is the sense of community, the sense of support, the sense of making yourself vulnerable and sharing those vulnerabilities and then finding strength in each other. So I think that we're lucky that we're sitting here. There are a few guys here, I don't know how they snuck in. But that we're lucky to be surrounded by a group of incredible women that we can use as a resource.
What a perfect note to end on. Cindy, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.